we have arrived at issue 6 of Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. And a few things that happened in this story. Now, let me say, the art does look good, but there are several things that happened in this story that are so laughably stupid that it's not even funny. They try to set up Jon Kent to have this big hero moment that fails miserably because they've done nothing to really build up that character whatsoever. So, do allow me, if you would, to go through this review of this and really try to play down for you exactly how badly they've done all of this and some reason they expect you to care. Now, it starts off with this big battle that happened last time. The Dark Army is here and the heroes are fighting, and the heroes have no chance whatsoever of winning this. Let's be honest, because it would take the entire Justice League to take on Darkseid, take the entire Justice League to take on Doomsday, the Spectre, all these major threats. It would take them, and they're not here. Rather than, we have Nightwing, we have some of the Titans who, if they had built up these characters properly throughout the story, you would have had an actual story about them putting together this team and stepping up and really doing something worthwhile. But instead we get Jon Kent and the rest of his idiot brigade, and none of them have any standing chance whatsoever of ever actually doing anything here at all. It's completely ridiculous. So let me get to Pariah and Deathstroke are having this conversation, and Pariah is all talking about how, the darkness and it's there, and Deathstroke is then why are you subjecting me to this same fate? You promised me the end of the legacy heroes, not the return of a bunch of worlds. And Pariah, or did you forget that the darkness still gives me power over you, Deathstroke? I did what you asked. I got you and your army here. I created a crisis, Pariah. Free me from this pain, and you will get your way as soon as this world and its heroes are gone. So he's all ready to go out there and do more things, and he runs, and then Deathstroke runs into Beast Boy, so there's some kind of werewolf thing, and they're fighting, and you see Spectre in the back there punching out Raven, that's to tell you. And he's attacking him, and he slashes Slade across the face, and Slade is all, not bad, Garfield. All it took to get you to man up was a shot to the face. Keep in mind, he shot Garfield point blank in the face, which should have instantly killed him, and someone when he gave him a scar or removed his eye, something like that, it doesn't make any kind of flicking sense at all. There's no stakes anywhere there. Meanwhile, the Justice League are still stuck in Pariah's world, and they need to find a way out, and apparently Wally and Hal come up with this plan where Wally is going to vibrate, going to run fast and vibrate, and then Hal is going to lock onto that energy with his ring, and that'll help them get out from there. And there's no reason as to why it'll work. It just will. That's pretty much it. That's basically saying, this will work because it will work. Joshua Williamson has written stuff into a lot of corners with this entire Dark Crisis thing, where now he's just basically telling you these things are going to work because they're just going to work. No real explanation as to why. It's just supposed to work, and you're just supposed to accept it. That's it. So while all of that is happening, the Dark Army is still ripping people apart and all of this and whatnot. And then we finally get, because last time around we had this whole build-up where Deathstroke wanted Rose Wilson to go and kill Nightwing. So she finally attacks Nightwing and nothing happens. Big build-up for nothing to happen at all. But keep in mind now, while they're getting their behinds handed to them, Jace Fox, Black Batman, shows up because he's just going to show up there. He didn't want to be part of it before. He shouldn't even exist as a character, but let's do it anyway. right? And he brings along more of these other heroes, as you could call it. He has Blue Beetle, Miss Martian, Steel, Connor Hawk, Nubia for some god awful reason. I don't understand why anybody would think Nubia is needed at this point whatsoever. You haven't introduced these characters into it at all. Apparently, there's a bunch of tie-ins for it to get into, and I have no intention whatsoever of ever looking into the tie-ins because they're just as crappy and stupid as the main story. So why would I want to do that? While all of this is happening and they're attacking him and all of that, so they go charging at Pariah, and he just pretty much vaporizes them. Firestorm, Steel, Blue Beetle, Connor Hawk, vaporizes them. Probably, I don't know if he killed them or he's done the same thing he did with the Justice League to them. Probably, hopefully, it's the latter and just getting rid of them or whatever. And Pariah is going more and more crazy, and he needs to do all of this and all of that. And they have some machine that they have gotten that they're going to use to channel some energy to cut off Pariah's control from the Dark Army, and Yara Flor has this brilliant idea where she's going to use the lasso of truth to attach it. She's going to use the lasso of truth, put it onto Pariah, and then he's going to see all the mistakes that he's done, and he's going to be so wrapped with guilt, and that's going to make him stop. Sounds like a terrible idea, right? Well, it certainly is, but they need time to do that. So someone has to go out there and distract all of them. And who does it? Jon Kent, and he says it's a job for Superman. Like, is anybody supposed to take this crap seriously? You're not Superman. You've never been Superman. You will never be Superman. No amount of you coming out and saying it's a job for Superman is ever going to change that. Everybody knows that you're a complete and utter waste of a character. You've done nothing to build up Jon Kent at all. You understand me? Tom Taylor spent 18 issues wasting everybody's time over almost 2 years of just mindlessly destroying this character, and now you're throwing him in there to have his big hero moment. I'm going to tell you how that hero moment is going to get totally squashed to hell in a second, but that's coming up soon. So Yara Flor gets the lasso of truth around Pariah and shows him that all that is going on is happening, and that he's the one influencing he's the one influencing the great darkness, and he's responsible for it. And he's just like, well, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna continue killing people. I've been doing it all this time. I don't care what you're showing me. I'm just going to continue doing all this awful stuff. Meaning, her whole lasso of truth thing was a waste of freaking time. Like everything else that happens in this entire Dark Crisis story, it's a waste of time. That's it. So Jon Kent goes in there to have his big fight, and he's taking on Darkseid and Doomsday and getting the crap beaten out of him, because we know it would happen. I mean, what were you really expecting to happen here? You've done nothing to show this character growing. I've said this before, I say again. You could have had a big hero moment with him going out there and really doing something, but you have to build up the character first. None of that was done. While he getting his snot beaten out of him, he's having flashbacks of his father telling him that, I want to help you make that S your own son, and he's getting pummeled into the ground by any and everybody, and Lois Lane is saying that, you have the best of both worlds inside of you. You can be great. And I'm like, how has any of this been shown? Nothing. You've made Jon Kent to be like he's supposed to be perfect. He's done nothing to build up the character, nothing to distinguish him from Superman or have him have his own identity. And this moment is supposed to be it, and all we're getting is him getting his shit beaten out of him. So he goes on, continues to get pummeled into the ground, and then they're trying to fix this machine, this antimatter machine, whatever it is nonsense it's supposed to be, right? And then all of a sudden it just works. That's it. This J.S. Fox just said, I think it's on, and then Mr. Terrific is clever. What made you think to do that? They never explain it. They said that, my dad taught me, because you're just supposed to accept that they know what to do. Not that anything is actually going to be explained, anything is actually going to be right. No, you're just supposed to accept that these things are the way they are, and you're not supposed to question it at all. So they use it on Pariah and, pretty much kill him or something. You're not sure. Probably they kill him. I don't know, maybe. But that's it. And then Jon Kent is there, beaten and battered, clothes torn up and everything. And, he's all, I did it. And then he's all about, I bought them time. I hope you're proud of me, Dad. And I'm like, is anybody supposed to feel some kind of emotional attachment here at all? Nothing here said anything to me. Now, I don't normally like to compare certain things to other stuff, but it takes me back to Demon Slayer Infinity Train, I believe it was. I saw the movie, and the Flame Hashira. The man was only in that movie. The movie was like about an hour or 1.5 long or something like that. And he had such an impact in that movie that when he fought that demon, you were sitting there literally gripped by it. First, his character development was done so spectacularly. You only really got a sense of who he was through that movie. And the whole time he was battling, even when he got fatally wounded, he didn't give up. He kept pushing, he kept going, and you were there thinking to yourself, yes, this is how you're supposed to do it. This is what I want to see. I want to see him battle like this, and you couldn't turn away from it. You get none of that with anything Jon Kent does. Nothing. There was no build-up to any of this. So you're watching him getting the snot beat out of him, and you're just thinking to yourself, good, you deserve it, because you're just having a waste of a character that just completely destroyed everything that you've touched. And then, there's this big climax where he's all, I bought them time. I hope you're proud of me, Dad. We all know he's not going to die. Come on. They're not going to let their gay little Superman die. I mean, is anybody supposed to be shocked by this? And then, of course, when Doomsday's about to kill him, bam, Superman shows up. Superman shows up and saves him. And then, he's all suddenly, I've heard stories about you since I was a kid, Doomsday. Never again. And here Superman punched Doomsday, and that's it. All of a sudden, he's all, Dad, you're alive. Mom is going to be so, so happy. And he's all, and Superman is all, take it easy, John. You've done enough, son. You kept things safe while we found our way home. Literally, he did nothing. Literally, he prevented nothing. And literally, it's just been a complete waste of a character. That's it. That's all Jon Kent has ever done. And the Justice League is back, along with the Green Lantern Corps and a few others, and they're coming there to really, really change the tide of everything now. And they pour in and start fighting, and all of them are just going on there. But, the Dark Army isn't stopping. It's not, they haven't defeated them. They haven't done anything at all. So they're trying to understand, why is the army still possessed, even though Pariah's gone? What's happening? And what do we get to find out now? Slade is the one corrupted now. He's choking the life out of Nightwing, and he's choking the life out of his daughter, and he's all, and I'm not done until all of you are dead. So he's now completely corrupted for some sickening reason, and next, everyone versus Deathstroke. I mean, you expect anybody to really care at this point? You've done nothing for this entire run. There's one more issue to go, which is issue 7, and I don't think anybody is looking forward to it. I certainly am not. This has been a total terrible, disastrous run. Did they try to give Jon Kent a big hero moment here that fell flat because nothing has been done to build up this character at all in any way, shape, or form? The stories that they've been telling that you don't actually have any kind of explanation for them whatsoever. Everybody's just supposed to accept that these things are the way they are just because. That's it. Another terrible issue with one more to go. What is anybody really expecting at this point? We know how it's going to end. It's going to be totally ridiculous. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell. You're notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.